Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, ¿y tú? Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial that is another one of these deconstructed things I like to do. I was just playing around with makeup the other day. I was going to an art show, so I knew that if I did something really weird on my face, I could wear it and it would be totally appropriate. And what I ended up doing is something that is actually sort of like a toned down, creative kind of makeup. But the main thing that really excited me when I was playing around with makeup was that I actually color corrected using eyeliner. It was one of those things where I was just kind of messing around with products and it worked. So I thought it was really exciting and I wanted to share with you guys immediately. It's going to be like a really fun kind of casual sort of tutorial. I've got my fan. I've got phlegm in my throat, which is super hot. I've got some iced tea to drink. I have my windows open. I've got the fans on. We're gonna have a good time. So I'm going to sort of retrace my makeup steps with this. I know that initially I started out with this light pink eyeliner from Urban Decay, and it's so light I can't even read it. It's called Heartless. It's the lightest silvery pink you ever did see. And I think I picked it up because I was like, who uses this as eyeliner? This is so light. What else could I use this for? So I noticed that I have like this sallowness on this inner corner of my eye. So I just sort of dabbed it on there and then used my finger to blink it away. And it would probably help if I zoomed in the camera so you guys could see. So I've done it to this side and not this side. And you can see there's like brighter light on this side, but you can see that yellower tone there and how it's more like a bright pink here. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder what else I could do with this. So I also have the same kind of sallow tone out here. So I took the pencil and I just drew some lines. And it's really, really light. You don't want to go in there and just go crazy. You can just barely see it, right? And I already have my moisturizer on. So I just blended that in. Versus this side. Do you see that yellow right there? It really pops out lots of freckles too. But really kind of gets rid of that yellow tone. Probably the biggest issue in terms of my skin is redness. And a lot of times, you know, people will say, well, why don't you just color correct with something like this? The thing is, concealers with a lot of pigment like this sometimes will actually leave my skin looking kind of gray. And then that's like a whole other problem I have to solve. So, again, we're just going to use eyeliner. This is Freak from Urban Decay. It is an eyeliner that is, I would call this spring green. Not quite chartreuse. It doesn't have enough yellow in it to be chartreuse. And again, barely dabbing it on, right? And we're going to be putting our makeup over this, so it's not going to look perfect at first, but it will color correct in the end. A little bit on my nose where I have some redness across right here from old sunburn. You see how that's already sort of minimized? I'm not going to do it on large areas like my cheek because then that could just start to get real nitpicky. But I do have a lot of redness that tends to pop up in here. Now this is a shimmery pencil, and I think it's one of the reasons why it works really well is because it doesn't have a flat appearance. It's not actually lightening anything yet, so there's still going to be that darkness there. Because it's not taking away or adding a lot of color. It's just neutralizing the pigment at this point. Now this is the NYX Wonder Pencil, so this one's not quite as much of a stretch to use as a concealer. But I liked using this on just really small areas where I have dark pigmentation. Right here's a good spot for this. A little dark spot in the outer corners of my eyes. See right there? This is something that's usually used as like an inner corner highlight or an inner rim highlight, like in that part of the eye. It's just a different way to use something I already had. So for those of you who just were interested in the color correction, that's about it. It's not maybe super revolutionary, but I do like the idea of carrying less products. And these are a lot easier to carry than like a big palette of color correctors when I am working on a job. So I could definitely see myself actually using these on clients. I haven't yet. I think I would need to have like a few different eyeliner options for when I work on clients, because not everyone has the same skin tone. These particular shades work perfectly on me because I'm super fair. But what I really liked about this was that I could just throw in some powder and I could walk out of the house and I don't look weird. I don't look color corrected. I don't look overly done. So anyway, to complete the makeup look and give you guys the look that I showed you guys on Instagram, I'm going to now put on some foundation and whatnot. So I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever Ultra HD sample that I've been working on for a while now. I love this stuff. I haven't bought it yet because I want to use my makeup artist discount, and the place where I normally buy Makeup Forever is currently sold out of my color. So I'm just like working on this sample still. Okay, get my hair out of my face. Alright, so I'm going to use quite a bit more of this than what I used in my previous tutorial. And if you're worried about that color corrector moving around, we applied it on clean skin without any primer, and it's a waterproof product, so it tends to not really budge. When in the summertime, with my forehead sweater here, I tend to try to put as little as possible on my forehead, so what I do is just sort of press whatever's left on my hands up there and not worry about like directly applying product to my forehead. And like I showed you guys in my last tutorial, it's really important that you let your foundation dry before you put on anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break, drink some of this here iced tea, and I'll be right back. It's time to use a little concealer, and I really don't need much. I'm going to be using a little bit right here because I do have a little bit of like a bluey purple tone right there. I'll use a little bit here because these are actually freckles that I have right here on like my eye crease, and they can make me look a little tired. And let's see, where else do I still actually need a makeup brush from my bag of tricks? I'm gonna use this one from Flower Beauty, and I applied very little concealer down here underneath my nose because I used kind of what was left on the concealer wand down there, and I'm just using this brush from Flower Beauty to blend that in. So this art show that I went to was a lot of fun. It was a bunch of artists that had recreated or reinterpreted like album art. Not like album art, album art. And I went because my friend Zachary Sweet was showing there, and I've known Zachary since high school. So shout out to Zachary Sweet. He's an incredible artist. You can see like how good of a job those products do together. It's insane. I was watching one of Dustin's videos. Dustin makes fantastic videos. He's also a Virgo, so he's very detail oriented, and he's very calming. So if you enjoy like a more calming kind of video, oh my god, go subscribe to Dustin right now. He'd made a video about, I think, MAC foundations and MAC powders, and he was talking about the Next to Nothing powder. And while watching his video, I was like, oh yeah, that powder's great. Why haven't I used that in a while? So, oh shoot, don't put powder on yet. I wanted to do the freaking cream contour. So, oops. Today, I'm going to be using Fenty Beauty's, what shade is this? This is Amber, the Matchstick in Amber for contour. Oops, already put powder on. Hopefully it's okay. And you know, actually, come to think of it, I think when I blended it out the other day, I used the same Flower Beauty brush that I used to blend in my concealer, so. Ooh! Pretty, 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 pretty. So when I do my makeup, I use a combination of a mirror that is far behind me, like about 2 feet away at least, and then a mirror up close. So you're going to actually see me talk about my Simple Human mirror in an upcoming video. I love it. We're going to talk at length about it because it is a bit expensive. And I'm going to be reviewing the newer and older version of this mirror. And I think I over applied this, and there's powder under it. Oh! Good. We have a mess up. It's not like I'm doing anything later today. So, blendy, blendy, blendy. I kind of do it like a rough blend because I just don't want it to be like a line. And then I'll use my finger. A little finger action going on there. Because your finger's warmer than a brush. It's going to move the product a little bit different. Especially on this side where I have the powder under. It's really important that I get that extra little bit of help for the blend. Back to the powder. So yeah, while watching Dustin's video, I was just getting really excited because, you know, Dustin started YouTube a long time ago, and as did I. And I remember when he first kind of came on this, you know, I was really excited because I had never seen anyone do some of the more like artistic things that he's done. This is kind of turning into like me just like super hard shouting him out, but honestly, he's so talented. It makes me sick that he's not more popular here on the YT. And he makes really, really informative videos. I think that if you like me, I think you'll really like him. I've loved him for years. He's just such a sweetheart. He just made a wedding video for him and his husband, and I was like crying when watching it. Partially because they remind me a lot of me and Mikey, but also just because I'm so happy for him. And he does a lot of like fun alternative kind of makeup that isn't the same stuff you've already seen. He's really into like 80s stuff, so naturally I'm a big fan. Any Hooters, I promise I won't gush about Dustin that much more for the rest of this video. So yeah, that's it for the face makeup. Now, one thing I noticed is that if you look at my neck, it looks like I have a really dark foundation on my neck, and then my neck is too light. But if you actually look overall at like my body skin, it's correct. So what I do to kind of meld these things together, take a lot of that powder. You saw I was doing a lot less on the powder before. It really swirled it in. And I will have to go back and forth to deposit the powder on both sides of my neck. And then blend it, 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 blend it. You get the point. I blend it until my arm bleeds. I think I'll do my brows next. It's Besame Spoolie. I'm just gonna put these little guys in their place as best I can. And then to fill in my brows today, I'm going to use a powder, I think. Did I bring it down? This is the IT Cosmetics Brow Powder. This is their Universal Brow Powder. Universal Transforming Taupe, so it only comes in one shade. Are we surprised? This is a good brow powder, though. And I'm using that with a Kat Von D brush that I recently picked up. Okay, we're going to do a light fill, kids. So I'm coming along the bottom edge with this Kat Von D brush, and then I'm going to brush the powder up into the brows. You guys can't really see what I'm doing very well because it wasn't zoomed in. Sorry. The main thing here is just to have a really soft, kind of natural looking brow. And even this actually I think runs a little bit red for me. So maybe this isn't really universal. I think it might be okay if I didn't dye my hair green. Because when you look like backed up, I don't think it looks bad. But I think that's about all I'm really going to do with my brows today. Just something really soft like that. I really like the way that looks, to be honest with you. It is so hot. How's everybody else doing this summer? Like, are you living well? Are you taking some time for yourself? Are you melting in the heat? I want to know all of it. Tell me all about it in the comment section down below, because I am having a pretty great summer. I've gone swimming a few times. Not enough for me. I definitely need to up my swimming game. I need to go a little more often. Ooh, I really like my brows today. Yay! For my brow gel today, I've been using the Universal Clear Brow Pomade, also from IT Cosmetics. I've been rereading one of my favorite books called Flavor of the Month. It's an Olivia Goldsmith book. So you might know her as the woman who wrote the First Wives Club. Good chick lit. Just really good chick lit. She definitely writes the way that women think, and her books are a little naughty at times. It's quite lovely. Not very naughty, actually. Probably, I think if anything's missing, there needs to be more sex. But overall, I do love her writing. Okay, so brows are done. For my eyeshadow primer today, I'm not going to use a creaseless primer. I'm going to use this really cool product from RMS Beauty. This is called Master Mixer. So you can use this all over your face as a highlight. I really like the texture of this for using as an eyelid primer. And I'm just going to pop my finger in it, and then kind of mash that all over the eyelid. The main thing is I don't want there to be any chunky lines or like clear marks where it is and isn't. And it on its own is actually a little bit like an eyeshadow. So if you're in a real rush, you can just pop this bad boy on. I'm going to be using a lot of really pretty eyeshadows from Huda Beauty today, so this is going to really help pull it all together. Alright, so now on to the eyeshadow, and this is so beautiful and simple. I love it. So I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. I use it constantly. Like, you can actually tell that I use this one. Most of my palettes still look brand new because I just don't get a chance to use them as much as I'd like to. So I'm going to start out today with Angelic. It's a really pretty pink and gold duochrome. You probably have a dupe for this if you don't have this palette. And I'm using that, you saw I tapped off quite a bit of the powder that I picked up, and I'm very lightly whispering that onto my eyelid with a Wayne Goss 18 brush. And I'm only taking this to about the halfway line, but I'm blending it out from there so it doesn't have like a harsh line where the color ends. And then for my outer corners, I'm going to take Blood Moon. I think the other day I used Retrograde, but I want to use something more copper, so I'm going to put the glitter on top. So Blood Moon's hella pigmented. Wow, ooh, on the camera it's kind of scary actually. So gonna go really soft, and I think I'm going to curl in some backup from a naked brush to blend that out. Calling it backup. I don't know why that makes me think of Reno 911. I want to rewatch that series. I've been watching Claws, which has Niecy Nash. If you're not watching Claws, get on it. It's super good. I think it comes on TBS or TNT or what are those cable networks for adults, which makes it sound like it's dirty, but I remember when I was a kid, like, you know, my grandma would watch TNT. So now that there's shows on it that I want to watch, I feel old. This is going to be way more warm toned than the look I did the other day. In fact, can we cool this down? I'm going to take a little bit of Musk and Desert Sands. You can see that's sort of like a taupey color. And I'm going to spread that on the parts where I put Blood Moon to kind of cool it down, because it's gotten way out of hand. It's not what I was going for exactly. You know, the first time I did this look, I put the chunky glitter from this all over the eyelid, but I don't know if I'm feeling that today. So I think I'm going to pretty much just stop right there. I am going to show you guys this Allure Beauty box. This is one of the subscription boxes I get, and I really like this one because it comes with great stuff. Now I'm showing you this because I'm actually going to use the eyeliner that came in this. The day that I was doing this makeup, the box came, so I opened it up and found this blue eyeliner, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. So just real quick, some of the stuff that comes in here. There's a Feel Harmony Rose Petal Face Mask. Very excited to check that out. Derma E Sun Protection Mineral Powder. That sounds good. That's SPF 30. There's some Way Leave-In Conditioner, so I'm excited to check that out. There is the Organic Pharmacy Antioxidant Lip Balm. This one looks like a full-size product, which is kind of cool. There's an Olay Regenerist Whip Light as Air Active Moisturizer. There is a, oh gosh, this is the thing that made me so excited, you guys. There's a Luna Night Oil from Sunday Riley. You guys know I use this, and this is a 1/4 ounce, which means that this is basically like $25 worth of oil right here. It's insane. Then there is a Makeup Forever color pencil, which made me very excited because I'm really interested in these new pencils that Makeup Forever has come out with. And the eyeliner that I used today from this brand, which I don't know how to say this. I think it's Deuce. Anyway, this is what I decided to do, which was weird. I had all these copper tones, and I decided to put a little bit of the blue right here on the inner corner. I had a different brush at the time, and it's upstairs, and I'm not going to go upstairs to get it, so I'm just going to use my little pinky finger to blend it out. Just put it right there on the inner corners, and I would end up covering it with glitter, and it'll end up looking a much cooler tone, like almost cornflower blue. I totally skipped the eyeliner portion. I'm kind of scatterbrained today, apparently. I'm going to use Oud from this palette on a Wayne Goss 7 brush. This is a great brush for lip liner or lipstick, and also for nice smudgy liner. So I love using this one for whenever I use shadow as a liner. It just really kind of gets in there perfectly. Not going to do the glitter yet. I'm going to first curl my lashes and then mascara them. So this is my Tweezerman lash curler, aka eyelash torture device, because there's like always one on this side that feels like it's getting pinched. But if I curl it any higher, it like kinks. So much fun. So much fun to curl your freaking eyelashes. It's just the best. Isn't being a girl great? So my mascara today is this one from Clinique. It's the High Impact Curling Mascara. And a lot of you have been asking me questions about this lately because you're having a hard time finding it. Unfortunately, I don't have any answers. I'm having the same issues getting a hold of it. The last time I purchased it, I think I got it through Nordstrom. So I'll have a link in the description bar down below if I can find a link. I will try to find one for you guys because I know it's getting harder to find because I guess it's like an older mascara. It's not the cool hotness or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, kiddo. I just don't know why it's available. I just know that it is kind of hard to get a hold of right now. And one thing I've been doing lately is combing out my lashes. I don't leave them looking clumpy like I used to. Not that I would ever admit to not doing perfect makeup. But I think we all know sometimes we get a little lazy with this, that, or the other thing. Okay, so now I get to clean that up. One tip I could give you with this mascara, because it does get clumpy due to the nature of the formula. Be patient. Don't use the concave side against your lashes like this because it's going to deposit too much. Use the convex side. It's going to... Excuse you, sir. Or ma'am. I don't know. Use the convex side, the side that's curved sort of away from your lashes, because it's going to give you the right amount of product and be a little bit more easy to control. And then have a really great spoolie on hand to brush it out. Now, there's going to be a couple of you out there who are going to ask why I'm going to so much trouble for a mascara. Like, aren't there mascaras out there that aren't a pain in the butt to apply? Yes. However, this mascara is fantastic because it's a different kind of formula. It's water resistant. I can actually jump in a pool and still have this mascara on and it won't come off. And this is one of, there's many tubing mascaras out there. However, this one gives a bit more volume and looks a little bit more like traditional mascara, whereas most of them don't give a lot of volume and they actually clump your lashes together really badly. For blush today, I'm going to use this lightest one from my contour palette from Makeup Forever. They launched these artist blushes last year. I'll have a link to them. It's fantastic. I really love the quality and the texture and how buildable they are, which is something that's so important. And there's this huge trend for everything to have like maximum pigment, but texture sometimes gets lost in that game. Today for blush, I'll be using this one. For lips, I'll be using Sugar Pill Philippite. I was going to say, okay, yeah, we can go that. Pillow Fight from Sugar Pill. I said that. I did that. Just going to put a little extra of this on my lip scar. Tends to be sometimes a bit resistant to pigment. This is one of Sugar Pill's new matte and sparkle lipsticks, which I really like. It has a mostly matte appearance, but as you wear it, a little bit of glitter starts to pop out. It's very cool. And then for my glitter, finally, like my favorite part of the whole thing, it's like saving the best for last. I'm going to be using this amazing glitter from Lemonhead. Oh my Bob, I love this stuff. It has like every color you could even think of. It's basically got the adhesive already mixed in. So to apply this, I'm going to be using a little teeny tiny eyeliner brush from MAC. This is a MAC 210. And I'm just going to dip it in there, grab a chunk of glitter, and apply it on my inner corner right here. And I'm going to go over that blue liner. It's like a little bit of a guide. Pick up some more. And because it's sort of like confetti glitter, I just realized I'm doing this. You can't see what I'm doing because it's not zoomed in. Well, what the what? This is actually a lot more glitter than I put on the last side. So it's like confetti glitter. You never know what you're gonna get with it. It's sometimes transparent glitter and sometimes smaller glitter. So both sides will look different, which I think is quite cool. And this adhesive was very comfortable. I didn't get any glitter in my eye when I wore it out the other day. And it was very easy to remove. It didn't take a lot of like extra work or anything. I just took a MAC wipe and it came right off. And that's the look. So a little bit more warm toned on the eyes than what I did in the photo on Instagram. Just to kind of let you guys know what I did for that original look. Instead of using Blood Moon, I had used Retrograde, which is a sheerer eyeshadow out here on the outer corners. And then over that I had gone over it with Cosmo glitter. And you know, I think I actually used a little bit of Nefertiti in the look as well. That might be kind of fun. In fact, I think I'll pop some of that on right now. Nefertiti, how you doing? Yeah, come to think that I put her on like right there, which is a little bit more of a blonde. Like, I don't know if it actually cooled it down any, but I do remember doing that. But still, I had the glitter on top of that, so any hooters. That's the look. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in my next video. I'm having so much fun doing tutorials for you guys. I just remembered something else I did. I took Twilight and I think I put it over the blue, and that's actually what turned it like the cornflower blue and gave it such a cool contrast with the glitter. And here's the cool thing, I'm just putting it over where the glitter is, and the glitter is still shining through because it's badass and it sticks around, just saying. So that is actually the end of this video now. Hope you're having a great day. I will see you in my next tutorial, and have a great day.